Welcome back to the channel, folks, and to another battle report using the Berlin Soviet lists. I'm using the Soviets this time up against Peter, who's bringing along some Bulge German. So let's go over to the lists, see what I'm bringing, and see what nastiness Peter's going to use against them. Right, folks, here is the Soviet list for today. So far, we've seen the Red Banner infantry and we've seen the T-34 forward detachment. So we're going to play the heavies today. We're going to use the IS2 lates, the Guard IS2 lates, but these are not the careful ones, not the hero ones. I simply couldn't get a list put together with them, folks, as a formation. But here's the formation here. You've got a HQ of 1, a platoon of 3 and a platoon of 4. These guys, the platoons, have got the best spring armour. I couldn't find the points for him to get best spring armour. It's 1 point per platoon, 1 point for him. You know, so it's a big ask, relatively speaking, especially when I try to build infantry and other support around this list. I tried to put a small but complete hero motor rifle formation in, but I couldn't really do it. I would have to minimise things too much. So what I've done is I've got a hero SMG platoon with Faust as part of the formation, and that's good because it helps keep it alive. If he was to go and they were to go, you could have that much on the table, which is a lot of points, 33 points, and they would have to leave. With them, they'll have to be careful with them, then they can stay. So it's a good balancing thing to have, but you also don't want to be in a position where you're scared to use them. So backing them up, we've got a hero motor rifle platoon. Now these guys have got Fausts as well. They're the full size one, which is 10 bases in the commissar. And then 122mm artillery with a spotter. I do have the 160mm mortars that I'll be getting ready, hopefully for, let me think, maybe the next game, folks, we'll see. I'm trying to schedule a bit of painting time for my own things to try and add a bit more variety to the games, but we'll see what happens. So in terms of this list, I mean, these guys have got to do a lot, both in terms of destroying tanks, guns and assaulting. These guys could be good in assault, but will they survive? I'm playing Peter today and I fully expect him to anticipate coming up against good infantry and tough tanks. So his list is probably going to have a couple of artillery batteries, just a couple of cheap batteries. That's all it takes to start pinning them and then wearing them down, and then maybe 88 nests or a couple of King Tigers, because King Tigers will just stop them dead. They can't shoot the King Tigers back. Very much sort of rock, paper, scissors kind of situation. So we'll see what Peter brings. We'll go over to his list next and see how, if these guys are going to stand any chance at all. Okay then, Peter, what have you got today?
I've got my German Bulge Volksgrenadier formation.
So this is the reluctant train type,
Yes, so I've got HQ and then I've got 2 assault rifle platoons,
right,
and 1 rifle platoon. They've all got upgrades. They've got an extra machine gun. 2 of them have got 2 Fausts, and one's got only 1 Faust.
Right.
Oh, Shrek.
Sorry. So everyone's got 2 Fausts, and then 2 of them have also got 2 Shreks, and one of them's got 1 Shrek.
Yes. And then part of the formation, I've got 6 mortars and 3 7.5 Pack 40s. And then in support, I've got 6. They're 105s, but they've got a card. Use the card, the command card, to convert them into sort of anti-tank guns as well. So you can still do a bombardment. You can still fire as
and the start lines are Pack 40s, yeah.
Well, no. Some of them are to hit. It's a 4-up rather than a 3. Oh no, so it's a save. It's a 4-up rather than a 3-up. Because it's the same as the as the 105s.
But so anti-tank firepower.
12. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got 2 King Tigers and 3 Stugs and a wee spotter.
And what is this? These the SS ones, are they?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, they're hitting a 3.
But they're fearless, motivating 2-ups and crazy things like that.
Yes.
And then These Stoogs, what are they? Are they Volks Stoogs?
Volks.
Right, so once again, they'll be reluctant train types.
Yes.
And the wee observers here, he'll be a veteran type observer.
Yes, I'll check that out.
Well, it's quite a big, tough, strong army that can take a hell of a beating, I think. And it looks as though it can dish out a hell of a beating too. So, it could be quite a challenge for my little force. But let's go over, folks, and see what mission we're on. Right, folks, today's mission. I selected manoeuvre, Peter selected defend, and we rolled breakthrough. Now, straight away, looking at this map of the table, how it's laid out, all the various deployment zones and reserve areas, and it's a complicated mission. So both sides have got a lot of decisions they need to make. The defender, first of all, has to choose diagonal quarters to deploy in, bearing in mind that there's going to be no objectives in those quarters, and they're going to have to move to the other quarters depending on which one I choose to deploy in, so that they don't even know where the objectives are going to be. So there's a lot to decide on for both players. Terrain is key in this mission. If you make a mistake and find yourself moving into an area with terrain that is going to perhaps block supporting fire or may result in you being left in the open, then you could pay the price. So it's a complicated mission. The rules themselves, the rest of the rules are simple. You've got the ambush, you've got immediate reserves for the defender and delayed flanking reserves for the attacker, and you can see in the top right hand corner of this particular layout where the attacker's reserves will come from. There's a lot going on. Tricky mission. Good decisions at the start will pay dividends as the game progresses. Right, folks, we have deployed. Now, Peter, you chose these diagonals to defend, right? Knowing that you were going to have to run into here or here to get objectives. So I chose this one to deploy from because I didn't fancy running into this open area with my reserves. So that's where the objectives are going to go. Now, Peter, what have you got in reserve?
I've got my 2 King Tigers and my 3 Stoogs.
Right, and they're in immediate reserve.
Immediate reserve, yeah.
Nice. I'll be very interested to know what corner they're coming in on. And then I've got my infantry, both my infantry platoons in reserve. It means my tanks are up here by themselves, but it means my infantry don't have to cross the table and get slaughtered on the way to the objective. They can just get slaughtered at the objective and save a bit of time. So I placed objective in here and in here, right? We've got some pre-ranged in. I've got one here. Peter's got, I think, mortars and his
105s.
His pack artillery battery.
7.5 artillery.
But, you know, neither of them is going to be much use against these tanks. It'll be more use against my guns and against the infantry when they come on from reserve. So, Peter, you've got your 4 strung out right across the table. What's where?
Right, so I've got one. So here I've got. I'm going to look myself. That's my rifle platoon.
Right.
That's an assault platoon, and that's an assault rifle platoon. An assault rifle platoon. My mortars are over here, and then my 7.5 artillery are over here. I've got 3 Pack 40s in ambush.
Oh, that's right, I mustn't forget that.
And that's all. I've got an observer tank.
And then the HQ is here to support 2 platoons. So it's a hell of a lot of stuff for me to get through, folks. And as soon as the King Tigers arrive, I'll start to run out of tanks. So it might come down to what happens with the reserves.
You could be, if you're lucky to get your reserves on quick, you could be all over here.
Yeah. Right, folks, we'll clear everything up and come back for movement on turn 1. Turn 1. Soviet turn 1 movement. Well, I've not actually got that much on the table at the start here, as you can see. My plan at the moment is I've got my IS2 split into 2 groups. The larger one over on the right, the smaller one on the left. The larger one is bait. When Peter gets his first reserves. I reckon it'll be King Tigers. I'd rather they were over in that corner than coming in on the corner, the bottom left corner, where they could influence both objectives. So one platoon's going to move up, take some cover if it can from the wood, and the other platoon in the centre, the bottom centre there, it's going to stay put just now and try not to be a threat. Turn 1, Soviet shooting, folks. So I'm going to start with the artillery. They're going to use the spotter on the hill. It's got a line of sight over to that lump of infantry here. So my guys are all trained, so I'll need 5 to range in. 242. I was hoping to pin them because they're reluctant, but there you go. So over here, these IS2s, 4 of them, I've got line of sight on the mortars. I've only got range for maybe 1 or 2 at the most, and I'm going to need quite a lot because you're going to be trained. So there'll be 3s, 4 concealment, 5 going to ground, 6 for range, but then 7
for
slow firing. Yes, so I've got 4. No, nothing there. And then these IS2s are going to stay put. Needing 6s, I'm going to just try and snipe off a few assets over here now. I'm just leaving them where they are just for the moment, so no. So, a big fat nothing, folks. It would have been good if the artillery could have ranged in. That might have been handy for me, but
does that move?
that's gone. So
I'll put it over beside you.
So there's nothing really happened for me in that turn. I think Peter's going to have a lot of movement and reserves as well, so we'll maybe go over to that next.
So, right, so nothing to unpin.
So straight on to reserves.
Ambush first.
Oh wait, ambush. Do you want to pop your ambush?
Do I want to pop mine? I think I'll hold on to that for a while.
Yeah.
So let's go for reserves then. No.
Turn 1 German movement. So it's just these infantry here. There's no reserves arriving just now. So Peter is going to move them as quick as he can across towards the objective by the fields on the bottom right. He's going to try a follow me, see if he can encourage them to make a mad dash with the commander, but the commander is obviously a lot keener than the rest of the platoon. But he's heading over in that direction, which is where those guys need to be. Everything else can stay put. Right, okay, so German turn 1 shooting.
Yes, I'm going to try and range in on your artillery with this observer. Now they are trained. The observer, what did I?
Oh, he'll be no worse than trained.
Yes, he's veteran.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. So we just need a 4 to range in. Right, and just roll 4 to hit. I don't think it matters too much what ones you hit. So he's 3s. So they're all hit. 2 fails, so we'll say the front 2, so 5 power on this one.
There's 6 guns.
You didn't miss.
I didn't miss. Oh, no, yeah, right, okay. So the 2.
Alright, okay, 4 and a 2. So that one there, he's a goner, and they're pinned. Right, your mortar's going to go for them too.
Has he got?
Oh, he's got line of sight.
Yes, right, same.
I reckon he can get it to range in.
The mortars, I think, their range is 40.
Oh, I just checked the range.
Yeah, I'll be in there.
Yeah. Right. So once again, it will be 4 to range in.
So first hit.
And 1 chance to hit.
Yes.
Yep, and then re-roll it because I just got the 1 gun.
Well, I might have.
Oh right, check it. See how many
I might have more. So if I'm ranging in there, I've got 3.
3 guns you're fine in. So 6 is a save.
Right.
But they'll be doing lots of re-roll and successful saves next time.
Okay. And I think that's going to be me.
Right. Most important thing is you've got an infantry moving over, and some already on the objective. Turn 2. Soviet turn 2 starting step, got to try and unpin those guns, and they don't, so they'll be goners. And that's it for me, so straight over to movement. Soviet turn 2 movement, once again not too much happening here folks, which is a bit worrying when you're the attacker, but I'm biding my time waiting on reserves. So the platoon in the sort of top centre there are going to stay put, not be too threatening, and the other platoon, they're going to keep moving forward to try and draw the King Tigers. Soviet Tunnel shooting, it's not going to be very much, folks. These guys here might as well have a go at the observer. I think they're probably all in short range. So I need 7s again, because you're going to be careful. 2 possibles. No. And then the other ones down here are going to shoot over at the infantry. Look, just out of sight here. 2 of them are only in range of a Shrek using their anti-aircraft, so I'll fire them. So they'll just be looking for, I think it's long range, so I'll be looking for 6s. 2. Now, they can't put them anywhere else.
Only hit that guy.
That's all, just to the limit of the range, so. But it's fine. And then the other one's going to use his main gun. No. So, artillery, they can't shoot because they're pinned. So that's it, folks. If I get my reserves on next turn, good. But it's going to come down to Peter's now. I'm waiting for his King Tigers to see where they're going to arrive. And then I'll basically run in the opposite direction. So no ambush, no motivation.
No motivation, so...
Reserves.
Reserves. Oh, 1.
So where's your King Tigers coming on, Peter?
I've got to make that decision now.
German turn 2 movement. So Peter's first of all placing his King Tigers. He's bringing them on just enough so that his flanks are protected against any potential blitz and tactical on my part that would get around his front armour. Otherwise he's just positioning them to get some decent line of sight against my IS2s. And then his infantry, well, they're going to just keep moving up towards that objective, ready to attempt a vital digging in next turn. Now Peter failed another follow me here. He wants to get in front of the objective with his platoon, because that way if he fails a motivation during an assault and breaks off, he will at least still be within 4 inches. Peter, turn to German shooting.
Shooting, yes. Well, first of all, we'll do the artillery. Let's do the artillery. 7.5.
Okay, so
yellow ranged marker.
3 guns under the template and we roll successful saves. Right. Whoops. So it's 1 fail so far. 1 fail, so 5 power. That'll do it. Okay.
And then the mortar, we'll do a put one in that one guy.
Yeah. And you miss him, but you reroll misses, so you got 6.
Oh, well, no, because I only get 3.
Oh, only 3 firing, sorry. Right, okay, so he survived for a turn. Right, now you 2 big nasty King Tigers. I take it you're at short range there, yeah?
It's just... yes.
Right, okay, so you need 4s.
Well, for one of them, Frank.
That's fine, you just target that one and then...
Hopefully I'll hit more than one. Okay, so...
4s.
Over the...
Aye, so 3 normally, 4 for concealment.
Right.
Oh dear, right. I could have done away at least. One of them missing. Right, that's 2 fails, so 2 5 powers.
Oh, 1.
1 dead, 1 bailed. I was kind of hoping to get away with just maybe a bail there. You okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. And I think that's
about it.
me, yeah.
Yep, your infantry are on the objective, though the commander's away out by himself because of the field motivation. We didn't cover it, folks, but the HQ's moving up as well. HQ's coming running in. So, over to me for turn 3, but I have to pray for reserves. Turn 3. Soviet turn 3 starting step. Got a remount to do. The confident, HQ's with them. He's getting back in, so he doesn't have to stay there by himself and everyone else runs away. The artillery over in the corner, what do? They've unpinned. At least they can do something for a turn before they get smashed again. So, reserves. Oh, fabulous 1. Soviet turn 3 movement. So, I'm going to retreat my company command out of line of sight of the King Tigers, ready to support this platoon on the top centre. They're all going to pass cross checks to get over that hedge, and will be in a position to start moving towards the objective that's beside the road. The other IS2s, they're going to hang about and be a threat to the flanks of the King Tiger. I'm looking at other various places I can try to hide them, but in the end it's just try to take cover behind the wood is my only real option, to at least force the King Tigers to move and fire at the moving rate of fire. So at turn 3 shooting my artillery, I might as well try and go out with a whimper. I'll be able to range in on the pack battery. It's behind you, as I say, but I've got to range in first. Right, ranged in first time. So I will need 3s to hit you because you're aggressive, but I'll be re-rolling hits. So, whoops, I should really get this on screen, sorry. 2, 3. So 2, then 2, so first of all, no, 6 and 1. So just the first one on the hill.
4 up, I think, for the
Right.
No.
5, he's away. So I've killed something.
So what would you...
It's the... Get that on camera. That end one there. These guys are going to do some shooting. They're going to use their MGs again over onto here. One's at short range. And one is at long. So it's going to be 2 hits. Now I want to target the 2, I think 2 Shreks.
Can you still hit these guys?
Yeah, you can mistake target,
so
yeah.
Mistaken target off the Shrek.
So first one, no. Okay, so save on first Shrek in the house. It's fine, and then the one down on the road, he's fine as well. Oh, and the main gun's going to shoot up onto the hill at one of the packs that got bombarded. Oh. Now then, normally I'd be a 3, 4 for range, 5 concealment, 6 slow moving, because you're not going to ground. So it is a hit. Now you have to reroll successful saves, because this is a brutal gun. It's brutal, so it is.
So I need 4. No. So
Right.
he's gone.
That's all. The 2 guns that were on top of the hill are gone. And that means I am ranged down on just 1. And then over there's not going to be any shooting. I'm running scared. So, over to Peter for his turn 3. Oh, see. Right, Peter, you starting step for turn 3.
Yeah, so I've got, I'm pinning these guys.
That's
So
the guns that are underneath the camera just now, folks.
4, I don't think it's good enough.
I'm hoping they're as reluctant as
you would expect them to be.
Yeah. And it's a rally score, let's see, they are reluctant. That's standard 4+, but so they don't unpin. So that means at least one gun might survive. And that's it. So, ambush.
Ambush. Do I want to? My ambush, it's not going to hurt your front arm, is it? Oh, I could bail you, could I?
You could bail me in the front, yeah.
But that's all.
Depending on line of sight, and it's not very good, you could be getting me on the side.
Where's the...
It's kind of like that.
So it would be... I would be leaving myself wide open there.
Not really.
What about over here? No, I can't. I'm not getting side shots. Am I?
No, it would just be bailing.
So
okay, right, so Peter, you're not going to do an ambush, you're going to wait for my tanks to...
just show a side. I want to hit them in the side, but you're not doing that. So
your last reserves are going to come in.
Oh yeah, I'll roll the dice anyway. But
even with that, terrible dice roll are coming in. So we'll see where the Stoogs arrive.
This isn't this where they're going to arrive.
German turn 3 movement, so the second and final reserves have arrived, that's the Stoogs, and Peter is going to place them on the hill. So they're in a position to cover both objectives and make moves accordingly. And very importantly, the infantry on the objective managed to dig in. Now that Peter knows where my attacks are coming from, he's going to move his 3rd platoon, effectively a reserve platoon, over to support either objective depending on which way the battle swings. Peter gets a successful blitz roll to allow his King Tigers to get both of them up into position with a tactical move to get line of sight on the IS2s that are surviving and hiding behind the wood. Peter, your turn 3 shooting. Now you're...
I didn't dig these guys in.
Oh no, you dug them in.
I dug them in. But
oh, you want to do the HQ, sorry.
Yes.
Right, HQ moving up there at the back.
Yes.
Oh, the train guys are digging in today, guys.
Sorry.
Right, so
Let's go for the mortars.
Yep, mortars over there. So 1 under the template.
No.
3 does it, because I'm aggressive.
Is it 3?
So fail save, sorry.
No, 2.
2, no. Right, so your King Tigers can see 1. You'll be at short range. I'm concealed, so you'll be looking for 4s. 2 dice on 4s. Cocked.
Oh, I'm going to roll that dice again, because that's my lucky dice. That's going to be a 5.
Bugger. I need my miracle dice, not my lucky dice. A 1. That's not a miracle dice. And a dead. So,
I think that's
it for shooting.
That's for shooting.
So for motivations, I've got a rally to do on the artillery. The rally. I've got 2 dice for reserves. I get 2 dice. So
Oh, they're both coming on.
that's the best way of getting lots of infantry to arrive on the table, guys, is at the same time, which means I've got a chance of getting an assault, getting a pin, and therefore getting an assault in there. So that is something, but it's looking pretty desperate over there. It's very much scissors rock over there at the moment. Soviet turn 4 movement. I'm going to start by bringing up the HQ. He gets past one hedge okay, but doesn't get past the other one. I was dashing him and following me and such like, so he's stuck in that corner just now, but he's moving up to support that platoon of 3. For my reserve platoons of infantry arriving in the bottom right corner, it took me a bit of time just to set everything up so that I had the maximum number of bases able to fire at the German platoon and still allow myself the maximum number of bases to go in for any potential assaults at the end of this turn. The IS2s in the top centre there are taking a tactical move to get line of sight onto the Stugs that are showing themselves on the hill. It also keeps me moving forward in the direction I want to go, which is towards the objective beside the road, but because I'm going into the field to get line of sight on the Stugs, I might have to make cross checks to head towards the objective once again. Now the other IS2s, they're just going to dash and get themselves away from the King Tigers, but keep themselves on that flank as a threat to them. Turn 4. Turn 4 Soviet shooting. So I'm actually going to start by trying to range in my artillery again just a bit further along here. Probably just 2 inches beyond that line. I mean, that's as far as I can see. So I get a 6. So I reckon there'll be 3 guns. Let's see. Yeah. 3 is as much as I'll get. So now you're aggressive, so those are hits, but I have to reroll successfuls. Just the middle one. He's fine. Right.
You hit it.
Yeah.
Pinned anyway.
Right there, yeah. So all the infantry that's come running on, you can see the SMG platoon and then the motor rifles. So I'm going to start the motor rifles by firing 2 Fausts. Now you guys are aggressive?
Yes, they're aggressive.
So I'm going to need 4s because slow firing.
Oh.
2 hits.
2 hits.
So I want to target these 2 here. So
my front armour is 7
against 12. Oh my goodness.
So it might not be enough though.
Oh no, that's 2 potential whales only. 2 5s. So dead and fine. Bailed and fine, sorry.
Bailed and fine.
Bailed and fine. So the IS2s are going to shoot at your backside, so your 3s, 4 for range, 5 for slow moving on my part. There's no concealing terrain because you're on
the hill.
My side of the hill, so to speak. See, if I got another one, I could have maybe stood a chance of an assault. Right. So just bucket loads of dice over here. Now then, let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bases of submachine gunners.
Right.
Who can only hit your command team. Because he was stuck at...
Is he a different type of...
They're all submachine gunners at platoon.
So but can he not shoot him?
Who? That one can, yeah, but I'm going to do the ones that can only shoot your...
Go with him.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll be doing 5s.
5s.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and then I'll just do the saves on him and then I'll come back. 4 saves on him.
2 whistles.
Against doubly dead.
So you can swap.
Yeah. Right, and then there's one who's within 4 inches of that guy you just put back in the corner. He gets 1 hit, so 1 save. That's fine. I was just waiting for him to pop his clogs again.
That's then pinned.
Yes, and then there's another 2 bases of submachine guns firing, managing to get 1 hit shooting into the platoon.
Yeah.
Not close enough to hit your heavy machine gun, so just...
One?
Yeah, just 1 guy, ordinary guy, and you're fine. I should have done the motor rifles, but it's not going to affect the submachine gun fire. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Do this twice. This is the motor rifles. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want to target heavy machine gun.
So that'll be there.
Right, and then
You want a straight, don't you?
no straight. I think so. So put 1 on him, 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 and him.
So that's 5.
Yeah.
So I'll try and bump it off the heavy machine gun.
Right.
But there might not be. It's not going to make much difference. No. So we'll go for the heavy machine gun.
Okay. It's fine.
Let's get that.
Guy in the woods. It's fine.
Right. This guy here.
He's fine.
This guy.
He's fine.
This guy.
He's fine.
I think seeing as you get 2 platoons of one, you've got to go for it, haven't you?
Right. Okay. So what am I going to do? I'm going to contact there, contact there, contact there, and then there, and there. But they'll be too far away because he died. So you're going to have defensive fires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 9, 10, 11, and then him at a penalty.
So was that 9?
11.
11.
And then him. Looking for 3s.
11. So that's that right? We want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So well, here we go.
I don't fancy my chances, but I'll do it. You only missed 4 times, so it's 7 plus 1 more.
And he's at
8. Oh my goodness. 3, 4, 5.
9, so that's 9.
One guy saved. Another guy saved. Other guy's gone. Sorry, I don't know what the hell that was. He's gone, and then the guy behind him is okay. Right, so the assault will stop just 2 inches back. Had to try it. I'm not going to bother doing the next lot because the exact same thing's going to happen. And there'll be even more defensive fire the next turn because of this guy here. So I've just got to decide if I'm going to do anything with these. And you know what I think I will? What I'm going to do is go and just make sure that's on camera. Right, so your defensive fire is going to be 6 from the Stooks, and then he's got a shot, but I reckon I'm concealed because I'm
over the edge.
Yep, and then he's too far away. So 6 from them first of all, just looking for 3s.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, and then another guy looking for 4s.
But you get 3 shots.
Yeah. I'm only just. Right, so one's taking 3, one's taking 2. Away. Oops, I'll do it. Dead. Right. Unfortunate, but if I got in, the chances are you may have ran away, so I thought I'm going to have to try it. My guys are basically in a fight to the death there now. They'll either overcome or not, so it really depends what you do in terms of motivation. Next turn. Elsewhere, I don't really have much going on. The King Tigers have got my IS2s wrapped up. I've got another platoon of IS2s that are coming in over here, so they'll be going for it. We'll see if they can do anything. But at the moment, I'm just very outnumbered.
Okay, so let's see what I got. Let's start with them, try and unpin.
Right, I've got the guns that are over here, folks.
So just need a 5 for that. No, they're still pinned. The Stug to try and get back in.
It might be a 4 up, not a 5 up.
It's a 4 up, yes, a 4 up for the Stug. No. This platoon here, with a reroll, you'd be a 5s.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Well, that at least reduces the dice coming back at me
And
this turn.
So, yeah.
That's it, so no more reserve ambushes actually. Do you want to
Ambushes,
pop an ambush?
ambushes.
We'll come back and see about ambushes, folks. German turn 4 movement. Well, the ambush is being popped in a strange way, it would seem to most people, out of line of sight of me and in a position where they're going to have to take a tactical move to be able to fire next turn. But Peter's got his reasons, and it's to do with the strength of my front armour and getting that ambush platoon at least on the table in a threatening position. Now, the King Tigers are going to move around the bottom flank of the town. One of them gets stuck on the wood and one of them makes it through. He wants to head through in that direction to support the 2 objectives over there. His 3rd platoon of infantry, this is the rifle platoon, they are going to keep heading over to the threatened objective. That's the one that's got my 2 infantry platoons around it just now. The Stugs are going to get themselves off that hill, down into a position where they can shoot into my infantry and not worry about any incoming fire from the IS2s. Okay, so you're shooting, you're going to use that?
This King Tiger is going to try and get a pot shot at that, so...
Guns? 5s, because the beacon they'll be dug in, so concealed in range.
Nope. Over here then.
So the question is, what is going to stay on the ground? And
well, the Stugs are going to...
Right. Stugs are going to shoot up those infantry.
Yeah, they're going to shoot up the infantry. They moved sort of 2 shots each.
So you're looking for 4s? 3, sorry.
Oh!
1. You're going to try and get the commissar, yeah?
Try and get the commissar. You want to bump it off the commissar. Not the commissar. It's not the commissar.
And
he's not anybody.
So that's him taking 1.
So do I... Well, I think if I shoot now, you're not dug in. I think I've got to shoot you because you're not dug in. I'm dug in. You're not. So even if I'm not gone to ground, I'm still dug in. So right.
Right. So who are you going for?
Let's go. These 5 will shoot at these guys.
Which 5? Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then.
Yes.
So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
I think for 3s. 3 saves. So you want to pick a commissar, so I'll try and shift it off. And I'll do. So pick. You got 1, 2, 3. I'll
got to try and
move it like that. So guy at the back, he's dead. Guy in front of him is dead. The guy on the side is alive.
So those 2.
Yes.
I'll just put them
underneath will be fine, yeah. Right. And then 3 dice over the other guys.
So it was 1, 2, and this guy's
He'll get a penalty. So he'll be on a 4, the rest will be on 3s.
So those 2.
Yep.
And then.
Oh, for goodness sake. Now, you want to put in the commissar and see if I can get off a
So
can.
it's not the commissar.
So pick 3 guys, you want it one?
Just him, and him.
I'm going to try and shift the ones that are near me, if I can.
So
So they're going to go just
here.
there and there, but not there and there.
There and there.
Yeah, so nearest to me, next guy, so they're both saved.
And then the HQ.
Right. So, well, you could split the fire, but they're both in range of...
Yeah, so they'll go for the splitting.
Right.
So
6 dice.
6 dice. Oh, could be, so 3.
So, mistake target on the commissar again. No, so you got to take a save, and then who else you putting them on? It's got to be this kind of bunch.
This guy.
Bunch, yes. So we say 1, 2, 3. So front guy, next guy, commissar. So they're saved.
So they're all saved. And that's going to be. Oh, these guys can they shoot?
Yeah. Some of them will be through concealment, others will be in the open. I think the two guys at the end.
Well, they might be out range. Yeah, I think they're just out range. This guy.
Right, one guy in the open then.
So will this be a 3 again?
3 up. Yep. Right, but we'll keep going. There's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, because if the Shrek's out of range.
3. So
be concealed in these ones.
4.
Right, 3, so you want the Commissar, and then whoever else is in the 16, because it's quite long range here.
Yeah.
Got to check your ranges.
16, yeah, all those guys. So that was that how many?
There's 3 out.
He's fired.
Yeah, 3 altogether.
And then 1, 2. Does he get 2 shots? He's the.
Oh, heavy machine gun,
Heavy
machine gun,
machine
sorry. That was 1. Roll another dice. Yep. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Right, see, yeah, heavy machine gun will be range off somebody at the back, so there's no worries at all, 1 each.
Yeah,
So the Commissar, Commander, next guy, and the last guy. Right, so swap the Commander out with the middle guy.
Here.
Yep.
And that is going to be everything, isn't it? Yeah. That's
right. Done for shooting. Right. So one platoon is still alive, the other one is pretty much dead over there. So we'll go over to me for my start step. Turn 5. So start step, so we've got the submachine gunners, they are feeling fine, and the guys at the back, oh, that's a disaster. I needed them to unpin, that's my, oh well. I can't really see what I'm going to do this time, folks. I've still got, I don't have any unpinnings to do for the artillery. That's a pity, that's ruined my plans, folks, but there you go. Soviet turn 5 movement. So, starting with the IS2s, they've all got to make cross checks to go over this daunting hedge. And once again, they all make it, which is pretty good for me. Normally, cross checks are an absolute torment. Now the HQ also passes his cross check to get over to support them, because it's important just now that he's there for motivations, because they'll be going in for an assault, and I'm heading for the gap in the hedge as much as possible to reduce the number of cross checks I've got to make. The IS2s out on the left there are moving towards the town, though it's very heavily cratered. They're in a position to perhaps threaten the flanks of the King Tigers, but also support the attack against the objective on the road. Right, start with my artillery, still ranged in on these guns here. So reroll required, so only 1 potential. He's hit, so the guy in the middle. And then reroll because it's a
repeat alarm.
Repeat, that's it. No, he's fine. So these are going to use their anti-aircraft MGs, plus their ordinary MG. The anti-aircraft first, managed to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, that's a pin. I wasn't even expecting that. Right, so 6. So I want to put, let me see, AMG. So
I can't swap these guys. I can swap
he's
him.
too close, but you can swap this guy here.
Yes, I'll try and swap him.
That's an AMG, so you can swap him
to.
You can swap him around, or swap him over anybody within 6.
Yeah, so it's.
Right. Okay. So I think now. So that was. Oh, I can't remember. So it was AA.
There were the 3.
Ordinary, they're 2 ordinary guys. The rest are AA.
Right, so I'll go for him.
Right. Ordinary guy is fine.
And
next one is fine. And then AMG.
It's fine.
It's fine. Sorry.
He's possible.
Failed.
And then
he's getting. There's one more actually.
Because
it was 6 hits. 2, 3, 4, 5. No. So 2. We'll just say these 2 here,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So that one. And that one. So he's away.
He's away.
These guys are not going to shoot over infantry. They're just got to hold their ground for as long as they can at the moment, which means we can go in for an assault. So going to go 1. I reckon I'm going to have to do 2 cross checks. But first of all, I'm going to check something. 8. So the question is, do I go in?
With 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'm going to just go in. One of them doesn't get over anyway, so. Oh. Right, so that means, because he's not made contact, assuming he's not eligible for defensive fire, so you're going to, what's the defensive fire though? You've got
two pads of faust.
2 fausts looking for 4s and the Shrek for a 4. But do them separate.
Pinned.
Aye, so that's why it's the 4s, because I'm aggressive.
Right, so the 2 pads of fausts. 1, and then the pads of Shrek.
Right, so your Faust is 12 against my 8. Right, now that's a fail, but then I get my bed spring and the bed spring works. So they're both gone because of 3 up in assault. And then you have to motivate
Where's my
counterattack.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what I'm hoping.
Just a 5.
Well, that's it. The reluctant guys do it every time. Right, so everybody, I reckon you can get 3 guys into, well,
if
he can get in.
If he goes in, he can get
Then he can get in behind him. Just put him there, then he can go against him. Even though he never made any contact,
Right.
he did launch. assault.
So let's go. So we'll go for him.
Just do 2 fausts. You're going to use 2 fausts, 1 each.
Right, okay. What am I?
4 up, because you're trained. Oh yeah. Can I get a break? Right, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, so that one there is failed, so he's got to use his special mattress. Nope, so 5 power. Bailed out. So I now have to make a cross check to get him into the fight. Oh, sorry, motivation. I'm using my HQ moved up, he's within command distance. And then, not the cross check, what a nightmare. So another guy, he's going to have to move up and he's got a clear path to do it. And he kills one.
Okay.
So then you've got to motivate to counter.
This is where I fail.
We'll see.
Oh, yes.
Thankfully you do. Right, so they have got to break off, so they'll do within 6 inches of me. He's okay. That Dublin guy's okay. They 2 just have to break off.
6. Those 2 aren't dug in. So
Right. And then I have to consolidate. It's tricky because it's going to be a king tiger who couldn't go over the hedge going, I hear a lot of racket going on down the street there, and then peeking down that street with their 40-inch range, and then Pack 40's behind me. I'm just going to do this. Oops. So I'm keeping out of 8 inches of him.
Right.
And try to keep my side, my front armour to everything over here, and that king tiger can just do his worst. So there's a bit of action there, folks, and if I can just lift this off through my fingers. These guys are coming in, potentially coming in here as well, and there's a bit of a push on there, and I'm just holding on for dear life. But at least I managed to dig in. If I had unpinned these guys, they were going to come up here and probably would have dealt with those stooks. Maybe even then threatened those guns whilst these were keeping the game alive over here at this objective, and then potentially swinging round. But infantry moving a big distance over the table, if they're getting shot at, don't stand much of a chance. But anyway, over to Peter for a few motivations in his turn 5. Right, Peter, where do you want to start?
Let's start with the artillery, because they're struggling.
Okay, the artillery over here.
No, they don't unpin. Let's try and get him back in.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Let's try and unpin these guys, and they're too far away from there. Oh, yes.
They unpinned.
So they're unpinned. Okay. These guys, they got a reroll. Oh, no.
No. I think that is it. So you've got unpinned, but still pinned, which means there's less fire coming into me. These guys, thankfully, have not got back into direct artillery against me yet, but I'm sure they will. The mortars will be coming to get me next. these guys are going to be coming running over to smash into me as well, or they might head off somewhere else. So let's go over to movement to see what Peter is going to do. German turn 5 movement. First of all, this spare platoon of infantry is now heading off towards the road objective. Peter feels that is where the greater threat is just now. He needs more Fausts, Shreks and such likes over there. One of the King Tigers is still stuck. It's not getting through that wood or the hedge. The other one is manoeuvring itself over to get some covering fire down on the objective beside the road. Peter thought about moving his Stoogs around, but he decided just to keep them back in a position where they could put fire down onto my infantry but not put himself too close to the Fausts that they carry. And let's not forget the observer, by the way, the Panzer III observer. It's moving across towards the town too, because it's got an MG, which might be useful. And Peter's turning a couple of his guns to face my infantry down in the bottom right hand corner. So he's kind of given up on ever unpinning them and firing another bombardment.
Yes. Right, so over here, my shoot it.
Oh right, so that...
Was that, can you remember what it was before? 5? Was it?
5, yes. Yeah, so
one shot for 5.
Because you failed the cross check again,
Failed cross, yes.
Okay, going for that artillery gun.
No.
That one. They're good at shooting tanks, but they're confused by guns, it seems. The other one in the platoon now.
Shooting at...
Which one is... I take it that one's a unit commander then?
Yes, yes.
Right, okay.
Oh well, yes, so...
He will, because if unit commander's bogged, I'm sure he can take over another vehicle. Mind you, that's version 3, but what the hell? That's the unit commander. Right, so you got a long range shot against one bailed out.
But I think you might be able... Can you get the one beside it? Where's my...
Oh right, aye. Sorry, you can, aye. Right, so one shot looking for a 5.
Here we go.
Oh, they've not missed a tank all game. What a disaster, right? It's firepower.
Oh no.
They can't shoot guns, but bloody hell, they can shoot tanks.
And that's about let's
right. See what you're right. This is the mortars now.
So that's 40 inches. So that's maybe it's going to be a.
And you've got to watch danger close for you as well.
Yes. There, but maybe only having 3 guns. Yeah, I'll try that.
Right. Okay.
So there's 4 inches.
So your enemy point is back here. Right.
Back there, and that would get me.
And you can still see that
4.
around the wood.
I'll get 4. And let me just check how many. So he. No, I can get 4.
Right.
I can get 4. So I've got to range in first.
Good.
So I don't think there's any.
No terrain.
No. That's the second attempt.
Right. So one of them is a commissar.
One's the commissar.
3 ordinary guys and a commissar.
So the
walk into a bar.
So it'll be 3 going up to 4.
Yeah.
For the commissar. No, and then 3. No, 1.
Failed.
And it'll be 4 up. Yeah, I think that's.
Take it in the middle there.
How am I going to wear these guys down? Well, let's go here. Let's go.
Right, Stoogs.
Stoogs.
Right, so what range are you at?
Well,
Looks like short.
Looks like short. Where's my
Check it. Yeah. So, using...
No, let's go for the main guns.
2 dice then, because you moved back.
Yeah.
2 ones.
That won't do it. These guys moved... well, he can't actually see any, I don't think.
You just never moved them enough.
Right.
2 dice at short range, 5s. Now, do they kind of pack 40s when they're shooting?
Yes.
Right, okay, so that'll just be 5s then.
5s.
Right, you went for commissar.
Commissar, if I can guess.
I shift it, and the other guy.
Yes, saves it. Right, okay. That's that. And then over here. You'll be out of range of these. Kept you.
Yeah, I moved outside of 8 for my consolidation.
So that's going to be all my shooting.
That's for shooting, right? So on that turn, King Tigers quite often with king tigers where they have so few dice, they're really nasty, but they miss all day long. But you've been missing the guns.
I'm not going to miss from now on.
But they've been doing really good shooting against the IS2s. Right, so my guys, only one casualty that turn, so they're still hanging about the objective, but they've got no clue how to get you off because they don't have sufficient firepower. It might all come down to what's happening here. Turn 6, and the objectives are live, as if I'm just about to take one. Turn 6 starting step. I've got 2 remakes to do with the HQ there to help. Front one, yes. Second one, yes. Only just. I've got a rally to do. Yes. And that's it for motivations, folks. Over to movement. German turn 6 movement. So I'm starting by sizing up a little bit of tank hunting expedition here. There's a build out Stug. I've got Fausts. There's some guns as well sitting in a fairly vulnerable position. So I thought I'm going to just put a speculative base out on top of that hill to see if they can pick up any scraps there. I want to move the IS2s beside the ruined church into the town. Only one of them passes its cross check, so I'm heading off towards those king tigers to try and once again distract them from what's going on at the objectives. My IS2s are going to keep pushing forward, try and getting them in through the gap in the hedge as much as possible. They're not all going to be able to get through there to then launch an assault, but they've still got an absolute wall of Fausts and Shreks to fight their way through. Right, turn 6 Soviet shooting, folks. I'm going to start with my artillery down here again. There's going to be a couple of guns, and I think 3 guns and 1 Stug as well. Actually, a bit of a miracle, but the guns, 2 possible. 2, so the end 2. So that one.
Sorry, they're both. So that was.
Because that was your hero,
Right.
and then the next one, he's fine. So 2's fine. Survive.
And
Why the Stug?
it's a
He's hit.
To the
Potential bail. He's bailed. Now, there's a wee mad guy going to shoot that in the side with a Faust. Now be a 3, 4 because it's slow moving, 5 because it's out of command. 3. Somebody heard 3, so we thought I'll do a 3. This platoon here, going to try to shoot into here. So that guy there's going to be out of command, right? Oh no, he's in command because we finished. When we finished last turn in command, his next turn will be the problem. So he's got his. Can I come, folks? So he's just down here. He doesn't hit anything anyway, and then the other guy is going to have 4 dice.
These 2.
Yeah, he can't see a lot of guys. They're going to be concealed, but that's 2 hits, so enough to get the end 2 guys.
So this guy. Wait, this guy. Is alright.
These guys here are going to target
The guys at the back.
the platoon. But they're within 8 inches of the guys I want to assault. That's the main thing. So there's 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He might be. Oh no, you can see that, can't you? He might be a.
He's not firing.
He's not firing.
Not at them anyway.
Yeah.
There's
So
6.
6 hits.
And I want to target
The
Shreks.
Shreks, and
Then the nearest guys.
is that
Yeah.
is it 6 in total?
6, yeah. So you want to try and jump the Shreks
Yes, try and
off?
jump the first Shrek, and then the second Shrek.
Yep.
Yeah, so that will go. I'll put it on there, and then this guy and this guy. He close enough yet?
Yeah.
So this guy.
Fine.
All right. This guy. Oh, he's dead. This guy. It's all right. This guy. This guy. And then this fella.
That's pretty good. I only lost 1 guy there because I've thinned him down. I might have helped for defensive fire. So he is going to target. Right, let me think. going to target a Shrek down in this house. You know,
Right.
try and.
Machine guns.
There we go.
Machine guns.
He's going to be using his anti-aircraft guns and MG.
So,
Okay, that's going to be 2 hits. So one's got to go on him, and I'll put the other one on to, let me think, that guy.
okay, so go for that.
Right. That's fine. And then ordinary MG is fine.
That's 2 hits in that platoon, isn't it?
Yeah,
So-
the guys are pinned, the guys are fine. I don't think there's going to be any more shooting at them, to be honest. Artillery's fired. It's, those guys are going to stay on the ground. This guy here is going to assault into the side of that. And it started in your front arc, so he won't be able to defensive fire, not of him.
You can't really
I
shoot.
reckon, as I understand it, if I start movement in your front arc, you get to defensive fire, so that gun there
Gets a shot.
gets a shot. They won't because of firing through guns.
Over them. Yeah, right.
So you get one.
So just hitting 3s.
Yeah. Oh, come on, stay alive.
Oh.
Twice. There's a 1 and a 2 as well. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Right, so I'm going to clobber you. Right, so he's dead.
Dead.
Right, and
Right.
then you have to motivate to counter attack. And you don't.
So, but
So this is where it gets.
I think a tactical. I think they're going to get tactical. Well, they might not have a tactical because they're really those guns.
I don't know how that works. But anyway, the tactical's only going to be 2 inches at best. Right, which means that gun's going to be captured. He'll be pushed back.
You can bet 2 in.
Yeah, just so he's just out with 6. So it'll be
Yeah.
like that. Now, I'm just within 6 of him, and
Right. So he's captured.
he's captured because the Stug was too far. Well, you feel the motivation. So they both get captured, and then I can consolidate.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate just to the other side. So I'm below the crest of the hill from your SMG, and I've got some bulletproof cover. See your assault rifle, and I've got some bulletproof cover. And then we've got the other assault. I have to just got to go for it. Right, so it's going to be 2 coming through here. 1 going up there, and then this is ruins, folks. This is just a low wall, so he's going in there and he's going to make a cross check. 6 he does. Right, so defensive fire. So I reckon you've got, I think 1 there, but not that one. So 1 face for that platoon, and then 1 trick from that platoon.
So they're pinned.
Yeah.
So it'll be 4.
4 for the Faust.
His head.
The Shrek.
Shrek.
Just too many Fausts. He's at least missed. And then you've got 2 Fausts from this platoon.
They're not pinned. So
Not pinned.
Just these.
Oh dear. And then a Shrek.
Shrek. Oh,
Right. So that was 3 Fausts, wasn't it?
3 Fausts, yes.
Right. So it's got to be, that one's got to be on him. And then you've got 2 in here. So you can go for the HQ if you want.
Yes, let's go for the HQ.
Right, so the HQ takes hit, and the other one you want to hit.
Let's take this one.
Right, so he rolls a 2, so I've got to do my
Your springs.
5 is okay. Next guy rolls a 6. The HQ rolls a cock dice. Firepower. He couldn't afford bed spring.
Okay, right. So he's bailed.
Bailed out because so he drops off 2 inches, doesn't make contact. Right, so I'm going to clobber the guy in the road. The guy's in the field. They 2 are away.
Just 2.
Right, and then you have to motivate to counter attack.
So that's just a 5. That's easy peasy. No.
So everybody has to move off so they're no closer than 6. And then I can consolidate. Right, so what I want to do is try and get the hell out of line of sight if at all possible of that guy. So stretched it. I'm going to face forward. And that's going to be it for that turn, really. So that was 2 decent assaults. I'm on the objective now, but you're not kicked off it yet. You're not off it. You've got your King Tiger coming in to give some pain. Potentially shots coming into the rear now from Pack 40s on the hill. But that's going to put you under pressure. You'll be on motivations and so on there.
All sorts of stuff.
So that was a better turn for me, but I'm still kind of hanging out to dry at the moment. Right folks, big dafty, I never hit record. Turn 6, motivation for Peter. Peter, can you tell us what happened?
I finally unpinned my artillery, so that was good. The Stugs failed the last stand. These guys failed to rally
Again
with a re-roll. These rallied, and these didn't.
Right.
And that was
So you've got 1 platoon with freedom of action, but you're still on the objective. That's the most on both objectives at the moment. German turn 6 movement. So Peter's got a plan here. He's going to combine the infantry that are not pinned, assaulting, and the Pack 40s. You can see them taking a tactical move up onto the crest of the hill, backed up by the artillery down on the road beside them, and combination of turning all guns and all Fausts to my IS2s looking for a knockout blow. His King Tiger finally overcomes a sticky bit of wood and moves in to support the other one that's been shooting in support of the troops on the objective. And then he's moving up his infantry with Shrek and Fausts, so there's a lot of firepower now directed at those IS2s. Right, so turn 6 shooting.
yes.
Where do you want to start?
King Tiger's going to take a couple of shots there. So are they normally 3s, 4 for range, 5 for concealment?
Yeah.
5 in total.
You missed it last bit. You've got quite a few other things to shoot at it there.
I think we'll go with... Let's go here.
Right, okay, so that one is going to target him.
Yeah, so that'll be... So he moved...
3s, 4s, 5 for the hedge.
5 for him. Oh, no.
This one against that one. I think you're close enough to the hedge to not count it as concealment.
No.
And then 2 going for both of them potentially.
Oh,
1. Which one do you want to hit?
Probably
That one or that one?
this one, I think. Yeah. Yes, go for that one.
Right, okay. Oh, I won. Come on. Stay alive, please. No, 5 power.
So
Oh, sorry. He's bailed, but that's still quite useful for you. But you've got plenty of other things to be shooting. You've got...
Yes. So down here, let's go for these brave fellows.
Right, so they've wheeled up.
They've wheeled up.
Long range, looking for 4s.
1 hit.
Now,
I'd like to hit it in this guy.
right, I'll try a mistaken target. No, so he's gone. Come on, guys, roll above a 3, please. Right, so that bounces.
He moved.
No, he didn't have...
He was...
Oh, he was facing that way?
Yeah, so... Oh, maybe...
I know you would have, because you would have broke off straight back.
Right.
3 dice in long range, same again. On each then, eh? 1. Oh no. Oh no. Right, okay, so right attack is 12. So that's going to be a fail and a 1. He will go up to 9. That'll be a fail. This is going to be game over.
Well, maybe not. So what, this one?
No, you're going to assault me and because I can't, I'm going to be bailed dead. Bailed, and then you're going to run in, capture all them. It's game over.
Good.
I'll keep playing on because I'll have to do a mad crazy assault to see if I can try and win the game over there. But what happens is he's bailed, he's dead. In the assault phase, in you come.
Right.
And you just capture them all. Boom, 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 boom. That just came down to... I mean, I had to show my ammo one way or another. I thought I could show it to them or I could show it to them, but I thought I should have shown it to them because your Fausts and that were always going to run around my side anyway. But with those dice rolling, I would have been safe on the front. So that was a mistake for me. they should have turned around. But what I do is you'll run in, just if one team in, capture all of them, because it's bailed. Oh no, you're running, get that guy. So it's bailed, all dead, right? Those guys then run away.
Oh, is that the formation?
Yeah. So, oh no, the submachine guns are part of the formation. So they'll stay for what it's worth, right? And then you can do a consolidation move with them.
Right, so I probably want to just...
Thing, you haven't fired your mortars over there.
Oh, right, so there was 3, I think I want to catch. I killed one the last time.
Yep, so 3, 2 guys and a commissar.
So the commissar...
Yep.
And the 3 other guys.
There's 2 other guys.
2 other guys. Oh, 2 other guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, commissar, and the other guy, so the commissar, chance to kill him. No, he's still alive. But they'll be pinned. Right, so. I'll have to try a mad attack next turn. So, folks, that was a disaster. 1s and 2s, you know, but you can, any kind of tank that can be killed can roll a 1 or a 2 and die. My mistake was facing that way. I was worried to be getting shot in the back by Shreks and things, but I forgot he just needs to run around the side anyway, and he can shoot me. If I faced towards the front, then he couldn't actually touch me with them, and then it would have just been onto the assault phase, so a lesson for me. So over to me for turn 7 with not much left in the game. Turn 7. So turn 7 I've got a motivation to do. And at least I'm pinned, so I can do something in this turn. So over to movement. Soviet turn 7, and it's kind of like Hail Mary time, so I pass cross checks to get the IS2s to have another go at the platoon near the objective. And that's about it, as I really just need to prepare myself for what needs to be done in the assault phase. Right folks, turn 7, otherwise known as the end of the road for the Soviets. I think I'm going to actually start with my artillery because it's still in the game. Try and get some revenge on anti-tank guns. Right, 3, 4, not very good revenge, 3. Right, so that's not going to happen. Then over here, now you're already pinned, so I will try some shooting. Oh no, 2 seconds actually, I know what I'm going to do. Everyone's going to shoot the HQ. You can use mistaken attach him on and things like that, right? But I'm going to shoot him because there's potential then of actually getting a pin. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'll be 14 dice. I'll do 7 twice. Oof. Well, there's 6. 8.
8. So can you see this guy as well?
Yes, from somewhere.
So it's 8 shots. Let's.
And soon, because you attach on, you then become pinned. You've taken advantage of, or you take all 6 hits.
Yes.
So 1 each on them.
1, 2, and then just spread them out and.
Yeah, anybody within 6 inches. Of him though.
Oh, of him.
Let me see. Yeah, he's okay. I can get anybody. Stick on the heavy machine gun though.
That's that one, and you want the heavy machine gun.
Definitely, yeah.
So that.
So you can.
Lost count. These two, right? So that's how that works.
Yeah. So you can now try mistaken target if you want to shift one away from the heavy machine gun.
It just makes one. Well, yeah, I'll try and do that.
Right.
Swap it from the heavy machine gun. Yeah, so it's off the heavy machine gun, then it goes on. I'll have to go to him.
Right. So just do your saves, but everyone's dug in.
Right, here we go with this. He's alright. This guy. Alright. This guy. Oh, he's possible.
He's fine.
And then this guy. Alright, this guy. This guy. So that all saves.
Right. Now the submachine gunners might as well have a go.
Yeah, right.
They get 1 hit, and it's got to be the guys to the front just want to hit one of the ordinary guys.
So how many hits?
One.
One. Yeah.
And you're fine. Right. Right. These guys now, what are they going to do? They're going to shoot up the use our AA machine guns, targeting him to start. Very good. One. So he's too close for mistaken target.
So does he save?
He does. Right. And that's going to be it for shooting. So I might as well, I'm going to go, what do I think now? What's he got in the way of defensive fire? 8. Just going to have to do this. So he's going to go. So you're going to have a Shrek from that platoon who's pinned.
Yeah.
So let's do that one.
I'll do that.
Oh, sorry. Cross checks. I'm okay.
So.
For Shrek. So hits again. 2 5s from that platoon.
Yeah.
That'll be 1 hit.
1 hit.
Right, and then that Shrek who's not pinned.
It's even 8, you mentioned that, yeah?
Aye, yes. Yeah. And he's within 2 of the concealing terrain, so he won't be obscured. So Shrek and a Faust. Who do you want the Shrek? Who do you want the Faust?
Shrek and him.
I keep rolling. Hold on. It doesn't bounce it. So on you go. Firepower.
Firepower for this. Yeah.
He's dead. Oh, for goodness sake.
Springs.
He's
bailed.
bailed, but you kill him next time. Ah, dear him. The luck sucked. They're actually really good in close, but when you roll luck like that, they're going to suck. So over to here.
Over here.
So defensive fire is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus him.
And maybe it's
No,
even, he's not without
No, I've squared up, so he's because I'm not going in to the back.
So there was that 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And 1. Oh, so it's,
And 1 at a penalty.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You probably just
so 9
use them
is
off. 9. Oh, that's enough. That'll end the assault, and I think we'll just call it there. Because there's no way.
You might get, well, would you get rid of this? Maybe.
Even if I did, what am I going to do next time? They're going to run away next time. So I'm going to be, and that'll break. That'll be me completely broken. Because you're going to capture that because it's bailed out, and then that leaves just that some machine guns and a support. So that'll be it.
Well, so yeah.
No, it's irrelevant. It's not relevant.
Like that, yeah. That was.
Right, we'll come back for a wee recap, folks. Right, folks, we're going to do the recap over the table because who the hell needs to look at us? You want to look at what we're pointing at. So, for me, so that list, to be honest, I don't see myself playing an IS2 list because it's very, like scissors rocks. You bring King Tigers and they don't stand a chance because they cannot, unless it's really lucky or your opponent's really careless with the King Tigers, you're just not going to be able to get around the side. So I don't see myself playing these. One single platoon, if you can get it in to assault, could do good, or you could see what happened there. I mean, they two got killed with side armour 8, bed springs. Like when it comes to an assault, folks, it's just out of the dice you roll. There's no guarantees. So would I want a hard to hit, maybe a 3-team veteran, a 3-tank veteran platoon that's harder to hit? That might be worth it, but the point cost is ridiculous. So I think IS2s, once again, I don't think I'm going to be playing them. The infantry nearly did something, but I think and maybe in a more balanced list I would have had artillery that I could use to maybe thin the infantry down a little. and therefore get myself in. But it doesn't matter how good you are in assault. If you're going in unsupported like that, then you're going to get, you're just going to get hit in defensive fire. Even if I put one of these going in, the same thing could have happened again in the attack, because there was still going to be Shreks and Fausts and everything over there. So it was a really tough list for me to come up against, and a really tricky list, I think, for the Soviets to use. But at least we've got the IS2s out on the table for you. You're pretty familiar with your Volks list, eh?
Yeah, I quite like them. They're good in defence, and they've got a lot of anti-tank capability. So the anti-tank 12 is quite useful, but with these big tanks, I needed to get them from behind.
Yeah.
So luckily, I was able to get it from two directions.
There, you took your chances. You played aggressive. You thought, am I going to dig in, or am I going to come forward? And you took the decision to come forward, and that paid off, because there was, what, two build-out tanks there, was it? You killed 2 or 3.
Yeah.
If you hadn't have done that, I probably would have got back in. But it was just there, lots of 1s and 2s for my saves.
Yeah.
Even a 3 would have kept them potentially alive. So that was my mistake, not turning them that way. I was worried about Faust and Shreks. You come to decide anyway, so I should have had them pointed that way.
They're reluctant infantry, so you can't expect too much of them. But I was lucky getting them on the objective and getting them to dig in. You didn't get your reserves in the first turn. You could have, you got 2 in the second, but it was just enough time for me to.
If you didn't get dug in, you would have been
died.
Smashed to bits, because I hit you with a ridiculous amount of dice when they did arrive. But even then, that would not be a win for me. You would come along and try and kick me off the objective in this game.
Yeah, but by that time you could have dug in and.
Potentially, yeah. But it was a good fight. I enjoyed it. It's a shame it went south here, but somebody's got to take the pain, and someone's got to take the win. So well done, Peter. You held on, and you attacked where you had to, and kept your head down where you had to.
No, I like that list. They've always done very well with me. I'm maybe keep them a bit longer.
What Berlin?
Yeah,
you never know.
I don't know what's in the Berlin book.
I think Berlin's just going to be strange units, like weird battle groups where you pick a bit of everything and everything's reluctant, with some really poor infantry. But there you go. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed that. Give you a chance to see some of the new Berlin Soviet lists again, and next time we'll, I think, might be seeing another infantry list. If the game comes off as a planned, it'll be another infantry list with tanks that's attacking dug-in Germans. So I think it's going to get very nasty for the Soviets. I think infantry in general are best in defence, making short moves to attack tanks. That's the thing for them. If they're having to cross a whole battlefield, then they are not going to get there. That's how I see version 4, and you probably all agree with me, folks. Probably even version 3 as well, to be honest. It doesn't do to run around unless you're in a half-track. But anyway, there you go. Thanks again for watching, folks. As always, I appreciate it. And thanks for everybody who subscribes and everyone who just drops in from time to time. If you'd like to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. It'll help us build the channel and bring Flames of War to more people on YouTube. Cheers, folks.
Bye.